See ShoWTimE versus Namshar here. Best of 3 PvZ. And we kick off on Abyssal Reef to the bottom right-hand side with our Red Protoss player. A player who I know a lot of you guys have been waiting to see some games of today. So here it is. It's ShoWTimE. And to the other left-hand side, our Blue Zerg. Give it up. It is Namshar. You guys are enjoying the stream today, enjoying the games, enjoying the action. Do not forget to hit that follow button on the stream. See when we go live again in the future. I am going to be streaming live every single day this week. What? Every day, Woody? Yes! Every single day, guys. You can catch me today, tomorrow. That means, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Not Tuesday. I actually fly to Poland on Tuesday. I'm going to go do another IEM qualifier with Todd in Warsaw. But I'm only going to be on Tuesday the 2nd to the 4th, Thursday the 4th. And then we're going to be casting every single day for another 2 weeks. Actually, when we come back in January on the 5th, we start casting the OSC Championship. Just to put in perspective how crazy these couple of weeks are from the 5th onwards. On the 5th, 6th, and 7th, we cast OSC Championship and WCS qualifiers and stuff. 10+ hour streams. On the 8th, we cast OSC Championship. On the 9th, we cast Go for SC2 monthly finals. On the 10th, we cast the OSC Championship and a new league, which will be announced soon. On the 11th, oh, listen to this. This one's great. On the 11th, WSG APAC, you know, the finals where the Korean players play. Nobody wanted to cast it in English, or they didn't want to set up an English cast. So, on the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, we are going to be casting the WSG APAC Regional Finals, and then going back-to-back with the OSC Championship bracket. So that's 4 days in a row of like 10+ hour streams. Are you guys ready for this one? On January 15th... Oh shit, are we going to announce this right fucking now? You guys are being too nice for me not to. You guys want to hear the announcement? Thank you, Cosmotor, for the tier 100. Just Cronenberg. You guys want to hear it? You want to hear what starts on January 15th of 2018? I don't know how excited you guys are going to be for this. I'm really excited. You guys want to hear about it? No, you guys aren't talking in chat, so you don't. It's okay. I'll chill. Yeah, I'll be casting with Todd in Poland when I go back for 1 day to cast an IEM kind of qualifier. So yeah. More casting with Todd. I just casted with Todd the last week or so. It was a lot of fun. I actually never casted with Todd before. It was a lot of fun. Had some good times. Probably going to come up in towards this natural. The early game opening. Mostly focused around this Stargate. I was going to see that Ling Speed finishing up in the main base. So Ling Speed finishing on up in the main and Queen on the way out. We see this lair is coming up as well. So Namshar, I mean a 3:30-ish lair is a bit earlier than we're used to seeing. I'd say 3:50 to 4 minutes is the most common timing currently. But 3:30 can work for just kind of like a fastish sort of hydrogen, etc. So we'll see how this is going to go. Who's my favorite to cast with? Oh, that's a tough question. I like casting with a lot of people. I always like casting with Roddy because Roddy is a fun guy. We get along very well outside of casting and stuff as well, you know. So I always have a lot of fun casting with Roddy, and Roddy was like really a legend to me when I was like growing up and like getting into StarCraft and like watching StarCraft when I was like younger and at uni and stuff. So yeah, casting with Roddy's always like, it's a bit surreal to think about now, but yeah, casting with Roddy's always fun. I don't know, I really enjoyed casting with Todd actually. Casting with Todd was a lot of fun. You see these couple of queens targeting down this Oracle, which doesn't get anything. What else was it? Who else do I like casting with? I like casting with most people, honestly. Like, most of the high-level casters are very easy and fun to cast with, so... yeah, no real preferences. Am I casting some Leipzig qualifiers? 5th, 6th, and 7th, yeah. That's going to be... hopefully we get permission to, but I'm pretty sure we will. So we should be able to come up with that. So, yeah. Wow, I'm really surprised. I teased, like, some fucking huge announcement. You guys, like, 2 people in the chat want to hear it. God damn it. Yeah, you guys all fall asleep or something? I know we're casting late, but you guys wanted to see these games! Wake up, people! Wake up! You're going to be seeing this Phoenix moving around. Templar Archives is on the way up as well for ShoWTimE. His follow-up here. Going to be reliant on using this Warp Prism, essentially. Getting some Archons out and looking to utilize those in the near future. So, that's going to be... seeing this Prism coming up top and Just going to be seeing, obviously, the couple of High Templar warping in with the intention of getting these Archons up and rolling. Only 2 gates initially. He's actually got 2 more just finishing into Warp Gate now. So they'll get ready to go in just a couple moments' time. An Oracle to the left. And just see what else is going to happen. A few Hydras on the way up as well right now from Namshar. Continue to get set and ready to roll. Oracle will just throw down a Revelation. Has to be careful, man. A few Queens over here. As we're going to be seeing the model on the way out. Charge on the way up on the Twilight Council 2. And just going to be seeing the 3rd Nexus finishing up in a couple of moments. Meanwhile, the Archon's just dropping down, but Hydras are obviously very scary to play against with the Archon drop because the likelihood of losing the Prism is kind of there, and that's never something you want to have happen. Archon's lifting up again, and just going to continue doing that throughout this, as now we see Namshar with the Lurker Den on the way, his transition getting set up and ready for the mid-game. And again, that's why we kind of see the faster kind of just lair in general nowadays, because you want to get into Hydras, you want to then get into the Lurkers once you stabilize on Hydras a little bit, and, you know, delaying that doesn't really make too much sense. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hydra's getting close to the Prism here, but the Archon's actually going to overwhelm them. Drones start to pull away as well. One drone goes down. Just lift up, doesn't lose anything. Obviously, from ShoWTimE, we're not expecting to lose anything like that. His micro generally good enough to carry him through those sort of moments. It's the +1 missile attack upgrade from Namshar. Still on the way up over in this main base. 4th hatch on the way down now as well here on the left-hand side for Namshar. Hydra's working their way through these rocks at the front, and as those rocks get cleaned out, just opens up access further onto the map. And laying in 5 for a few Hydras, just going to open that up, and of course, just opens up the ability to get across the map a little bit faster, to be a little bit more aggressive, do some damage here and there. Nexus throws down, a couple of pylons get thrown down, 2 more Overlords are on the way out. And as those Overlords pop from Namshar, we're just going to be seeing this Overlord farm gathering together in the main base. And again, Hydra's and Overseer moving in towards the bottom right-hand side. I mean, is Namshar really going to get aggressive? I guess Lurker Den's ready, so morph in some Lurkers aggressively, and you can get into some really good positions. Kills the Oracle as well, and God, that is always a big pick-off. It's actually the first unit he kills of this game. But especially as Lurkers come into play, to be killing off the Oracle, I mean, that really is just huge, because if you can snipe down the Observer mid-fight, then no detection, the Lurkers will have the time of their lives. So that's definitely something to watch for here. As you actually even see a Dropper Lord coming into the south side. Something's going to jump into that and going towards the natural then. As you see, still a lot of Hydras here. Ooh, some Force Field's going to catch a few of them initially, though. ShoWTimE leaps on that opportunity. He does have Storm as well, either way. And the first Storm's coming down as the Lurkers have put themselves on position on this natural. And right now, well, the Storm's coming in once again, and the Hydras are dropping so very quickly at the moment. Also going to be seeing the Hydras on to continue through the natural expansion wall off. Some links starting to stream on in, but it feels as though they're not really doing enough. The Archons here helping out a lot. The Zealots finally helping to push this away too. And 2 more Archons coming into the fray. And here we go. ShoWTimE just pushing forwards, keeping that Observer very, very safe. Making sure he pulls it back multiple times throughout this fight so it can't get targeted down by the Hydras. And the Observer does survive, so he cleans up everything here. Namshar push back on the first real kind of big engagement of the game. What else is happening then? Well, this army still just gathering up together over here. Cosmotor with the dude. I love these doodle cheers. They're kind of cute. Protoss Autosis with the cheer 1. Thank you so much for the Protoss Autois. Oh, I see it. I saw that as Autosis. God damn it. Protoss Autois. So I get it. I get it. My bad. Thank you for the cheer 1. Potois. God damn it. I'm going to stop saying it. Couple more models on the way out here. ShoWTimE just reacting well and setting up nicely with a composition that does deal with Hydra Lurker, and you know, so far so good. I mean, he does with that first big attack very nicely, and ShoWTimE is someone who will just defend and defend and defend, and he'll do that until he finds himself the opportunity to move across the map, attack and win the game. You know, he'll defend while harassing and never overcommit. He loves to play the slower game if that's what's necessary. Well, Lings and a few Hydras is going to be working their way through these rocks. The rocks take a little bit of damage here. We're just going to be seeing the them coming down to half health, but now ShoWTimE will help to hold them off, just putting the Immortals in front to nibble away. Chinese Gleamish tries to nibble its own way through there. Big drop from Namshar in towards the natural expansion. A lot of Hydras here, some Zealots start charging in, but in a very choked up area. And guess what, guys? Shield batteries don't heal that quickly. These Hydras will do a lot. 10 workers already down. And honestly, as these Zealots keep on coming forwards, well, and I guess the Immortals come in now, and that'll start to turn things around a little bit. Namshar lifts up, but he killed a good amount of Zealots. This was a good drop from him, a successful drop. going to continue moving forwards with these Hydras as well. Hydras dropping down once again. They're going to be starting to nibble their way through. The few more units. You're going to see these Stalkers going to continue picking their way through this. The Overlord gets low. The Phoenix is going to chase the other Overlord with Hydras in, but it is going to generally get away, I would think. 5 more Lurkers on the right-hand side. And I'm sure that last second, the secondary wave of that drop wasn't brilliant compared to the first wave. That's a shame because he really took an advantage with that first little attack and threw it away a little bit by just giving away a few of those units. And he could have maybe just backed off and looked for a larger fight elsewhere, with the threat of those units coming back into the natural, keeping some units of ShoWTimE out of position. Well, ShoWTimE begins his carrier transition, going into a Fleet Beacon and 2 more Stargates. And so for him, the real good old late game is starting to get set up and ready to go. So starting to build into that right now as Immortals, a couple Archons, these High Templar as well, coming up the right-hand side and looking to see just what he can do in the next few moments. Hydras come forwards and they pick off a Zealot very quickly there. Meanwhile, this army of ShoWTimE pulling back away down the right side once again. More Lings and more Hydras from Namshar setting up too, and that's going to be seeing a few more Hydras, a few more Lurkers coming out, the +1 melee. The main base is just going to be a hallucinated Phoenix flying through, and also looking to see just what else is up and going on. Still a lot to the left side. All the Lurkers are to the left-hand side here. It's like it's kind of real segregation. Like the Hydras, some of them went top, some of them went bottom. But all the Lurkers are to the south, all the Lings are to the right. It's kind of a weird combo to mix them up, rather than maybe a couple here, a couple there. Well, there's those Lings who start streaming in towards this 4th base. Very quick response on the warp in here, though. And there is High Templar with Storms available. Namshar doesn't seem to realize this, though, because he doesn't move those Lings away at all. And the cannons even surviving until the very end of this engagement. You're going to see an Archon or 2 going down to the Hydras. Meanwhile, the Lurkers are pushing forwards, and ShoWTimE is being bullied away into the corner. So ShoWTimE getting bullied away into the corner. Still has a good composition to fight this, but obviously fighting straight into this many Lurkers is never a great idea. And that's why going in towards something like the Stargates, the carriers later game, can help out. But he never started his carriers after ShoWTimE. He actually just stuck to the ground-based army. The Immortals to chunk their way through the Lurkers. The Storms to just weaken up everything in range, especially those Hydras. Archons, kind of a similar job, tanky, splashy. They just mix in well and obviously can be made out of the High Templar after a small engagement is going to be seen. Actually, coming in for the flank here, ShoWTimE trying to get into a more open area, more of a concave to work this. And these units are maybe in a little bit of trouble. He's going to just hide them in the corner, perhaps. Lings coming in and try and catch. This Hydras is coming from the south side as well, though. Maybe ShoWTimE finds the opportunity to move in towards those Lurkers. He's instead actually going to come up top and continue to gather together. Some changelings getting picked off now. There was causing some chaos with the AI just a few moments ago. Cannons again with the shield batteries holding to the top side for now as Namshar maybe could just bring a few of these units forwards again. I love this. Just engage with these high... Okay, this wasn't what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to engage and then pull the units in towards the Lurkers and just test that the units were on hold position. But he actually just engaged, and I didn't like that because obviously he didn't, as we could see, he did not have the numbers to compete there. You've seen these Zealots warping into the main base now. They're going to start charging around, jumping on top of a Queen, and a bunch of Hydras going to be taking some damage as well. Some more damage being done as we see the Spire in the back left being cancelled. Overseers finish up on no DTs, and there's a ShoWTimE making an uncharacteristic mistake, getting that Warp Prism picked off because he didn't pull it back. He didn't pull it into dead air and away from the base after getting the Zealots in. He just left it standing there. It's a small misplay from him as he actually went into Tempest, not Carriers. Well, just 2 Tempests for now. I guess it's just a very quick way. 43-second build time. It's much faster than Carriers, taking, what, like 86 seconds to build? It's a much faster way to get something which can actually push back those Lurkers from a distance. So actually, it makes sense. It's a good way to kind of force the unsiege. Meanwhile, though, the Lurkers will go to counterattack towards the 4th base. So he's going to run on in there. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE just keeps on pushing. He's got so many Storms, and this is almost pure Hydra. Namshar's army is being brutalized, and, well, his 4th hatchery is not going to last very long at all. Meanwhile, neither will ShoWTimE's 5th base, and his 4th base too is not in a great position with all of these Lurkers over here. Recalls available. Does ShoWTimE want to use them? I kind of feel like no, because he's having such a great time pushing into this, and he has so many Storms still available too. I feel as though, yes, it's scary having these Lurkers across the map dealing damage, but by God, is he dealing some good damage himself as well. He's been picking up drones from this high ground, keeping the workers killed on either side of the map to a very similar number. 14 probes lost to 11 drones at the moment. It's going to be seeing the fact, just the fact that ShoWTimE still is the one on the aggressive forefront here. Another couple of Storms, and look how low these Hydras are dropping. still some storms available as these Immortals fighting away. Some Tempest firing from the distance too. Some little bits and pieces just still chunking away at it, and now the drone count is just disappearing. A single carrier is currently working its way through the carriers as well, and that's huge as well. I mean, it just means eventually ShoWTimE will defend. And God, was it worth sticking around over here. 36 workers killed with this attack across the map. And Namshar will not tap out of it just yet, but man, he does not have long left because these lurkers have been pushed back. There's still an army of ShoWTimE on this side, and look at this. He even knows when to recall. Loses an Archon, but that will be all he gets out of there. Now you can regroup with carriers and more, and obviously from there it just gets better and better for him. Nicely played by ShoWTimE, got to give it to him. He really handled that perfectly, and it really was just the right options along the way. Alright, well, Immortals, a couple of Tempests up in the sky, and High Templar gathering together as well. Still this army just gathering up and seeing what's next, and taking claws now coming in to help those lurkers. But Namshar, what lurkers? All two of them? I mean, he just lost so much in that previous fight. Like, he had like 13 plus lurkers in the previous fight, and then obviously, well, not in the fight, but they were harassing. They all went down. Okay, he's got money to morph some more lurkers in once again here, but it's still not going to be a lot, especially considering he has to somehow fight against multiple carriers, Tempers, Storms, Immortals. The Protoss is at the dream army right now in terms of dealing with this, and he's really not going to have much trouble at all. I mean, there goes the lurkers almost instantly. And I think Namshar should just realize in a moment that this is not going to work out. Now, he has very few units coming up, and he might run back and take the fight at home before he leaves. No, I think, okay, Namshar is just going to type out. Going to game 2 of our 10th best of 3 of the day. We've got 2 best of 3s after this, ShoWTimE versus Clem, and ShoWTimE versus Strange. And maybe if you guys can convince me, maybe we do the 2 round of 8 matches that didn't get streamed during the playoffs as well. Maybe, just maybe. Adzi of the Tier 150 says, just got a snipe Andy, man. Takes them down. Boom! Just like that. Kaboom. Thank you for the Tier 150. Wardy hearts in the chat, guys, for all our hearts. Very, very much. Appreciate it. I miss Elena. She was a good clean spam bot. Yeah, I miss Elena too. I haven't seen that in forever. Wow. The thing is you don't realize disappear sometimes. Elena was such a loyal viewer, and now just... Where even is she? Just disappeared. Probably went to League of Legends. To the top right-hand side, our Red Zerg player, who's down a map in this best of 3 series, looking to bounce back. It is Namshar. And Namshar is up against the blue Protoss player to the upper left-hand side. Let's hear it if you're cheering on ShoWTimE. He will open with the gold base to the corner to begin with. You might think, whoa, no way. Well, you might not anymore, because it is really standard to actually do this here on Battle on the Boardwalk for Protoss versus Zerg. It's actually pretty much not impossible, but it's very difficult to wall off this space. You can like wall here and here, but that's not easy early on. So actually, it's usually much easier to defend this base, kind of create a wall here, and you already have a wall here, of course. And then you kind of, then you are kind of walled off. Like, it's very strange. Obviously, the big negative is you're much further away from your main base, and so it's a long kind of base-to-base distance if you have to go from one to the other to defend. But obviously, that sucks. But the positive of that is that you do have a gold base, which will help you to defend as well, generally. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting setup, and I don't feel like Namshar's the kind of guy to try and punish this or abuse. I think he'll be kind of fine with knowing that that's kind of what's going on, and Namshar does like his macro games, so I think he'll probably go in towards that again, I guess, over the next few moments. I guess we'll see. For now, the first Adept coming over, and so Namshar will have to deal with this, and we'll see how well he is able to deal with this over the next couple of minutes. Noisy Cricket in the chat is very excited about some ShoWTimE action. ShoWTimE! Woo! Woo! Love it. Love it. You have to go now, channel. Well, no worries. Thank you for the donations today. Appreciate it. See you later. Have a good one. Thank you for the support. Have a good night. Well, we're going to see this Oracle coming up here from ShoWTimE. The Stargate tech was what was chosen initially. And it will be scouted here by Namshar. He comes into the gold base and sees that Stargate, so some good info for him early on, but it does mean that Overlord's probably going to pay with his life, as obviously we're expecting a Phoenix to come up to follow this up, as, oh, well, that's 2 drones killed already. And jumping in towards the main base, there's going to be a couple more, and that's already 2, and there's 3. Here comes 4. Oracle start to help deal with the Sorry, Sporkle has started to help deal with the Oracles. Oracles started to deal with the Oracles. That doesn't work. Oracles only hit anti-air air units, Wardy. Or ground units. God damn. Okay, I'll shut up. Alright. Let's see this Oracle coming over, looking to do some more damage. Knights Aurelius as well. Thanks for subscribing. See you later. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by as we do see this Oracle up the right side. Looking to see what else is going down. And Overlord in towards the main base here to also look to see what's going on. Sees the Robo facility starting up. Alright, so Robo facility coming through. This Oracle backs away down the right again. Lair on the way up from Namshar. Again, very standard stuff, very similar builds to what we've seen from him so far today. Remember that Namshar is 2-0 in this group. A win here would guarantee him advancing. A loss here would mean that he will definitely advance versus over Clem, because Clem's currently 0-2 in the group. So again, Strange though, Strange is 1-1, right? So if Namshar was to lose to ShoWTimE and then Strange beat ShoWTimE, it would be possible for a 2-1 tie, or something along those lines. So Namshar, again, a win would be nice for him here, but he's still got a good chance of advancing, even if he doesn't manage to pick up the W in this series. Forge on the way up now from ShoWTimE. This Nexus is about halfway done as well. The sentry's just warping in as he gets ready to protect the third base. And just going up to the Forge behind the Robo, getting ready for those upgrades. And the Hydro Den also now enabling him to just go in towards his mid-game tech, Namshar. So he sets up for that as this Oracle comes across over to the right-hand side. All the way over to the right-hand side here, actually. Going to be trying to loop around and find a way in, maybe with less spore coverage. He actually just misses a few drones transferring bases there, so he just throws down a Revelation. I guess he keeps track of a lot in the main base, and you will see the muscular augments therefore starting and continuing. So that's just good information for him as this Phoenix comes down, and it's going to be seeing this Overlord being nibbled away at Phoenix shot by shot. He's going to be able to get rid of this, so let's clean up these Overlords. Finally 2 kills on the left-hand side of the map, of course. And a fast Robo Bay this time. ShoWTimE just going to go straight into that, and well, I guess maybe just blink Colossus would be the way to play this out. Front's going into Hydras already. Obviously, Colossi are pretty good counters, something the Protoss players are playing a bit more with lately, since the Protoss Colossus got that buff in a patch, I guess, a month or 2 ago now. A month and a half, that's maybe more accurate. Some extra gates to the south side, so 1, 2, 3 gateways getting set up. Just to enable him to kind of block off in this direction. Just help keep the third base nice and safe here, of course. I'm just going to see this Oracle setting up once again. Hasn't really been able to do much at all as this Prism getting set and ready to go. Actually looks as though Prism... Did the Prism already come in here? Is that just a damage? I think that's just the damage to depth from earlier. Either way. Just see it positioning, getting ready to go once again. Now we do see this Oracle coming up through the... towards this side. There's the blink upgrade, so it is going to be Blink Colossus. Cancels one of the gates, cancels 2 of the gates. Maybe just realized he already has kind of a lot. He's going up to 8 in total here. It would have been 10, which is, you know, if you're going to continue Colossus production, it is a lot of gates to have. It's not like he's playing like mass gateway or anything, so 8 is fine for now. 4 base, maybe you go up to 10. Especially as you max out, you need to reinforce in larger chunks than just, you know, X units at, you know, per warp in cycle as your money's available. Double Robo, obviously double Colossi, so really, 10 gateways would have been way too many. So ShoWTimE just correcting himself there, and other than that, just continuing through, +2, +1. Starts on up, a small upgrade lead from ShoWTimE at the moment as he holds the +1 advantage. Namshar, though, again, aggressive coming over to the left side. A lot of Hydras, 66 drones. It's not super all-in by any means, but of course it is still fairly committed because he could be up towards, you know, 75, 80 workers at this stage. But instead he's made a lot of units and he's going to look to use these aggressively, loading up and getting ready to drop into his gold base. And I like this a lot more on this map as the Oracle gets picked off by that Queen. I like this a lot more on this map than Abyssal Rift simply because it's going to be harder for ShoWTimE to defend. If he tries to come down here, well, he's just, again, so far away. It's like we mentioned earlier, he's so far away to defend something like this, as we're going to see that main army being spotted here, and so Namshar will back away. But again, it means that potentially more damage to be done here. But there's the recall instantly. I think picking up and just leaving is the better choice. Oh, he's going to lose 1. No, wow, he actually unloads those Hydras. So the one Overlord that's low does get away here. Now I guess he's going to turn the fight towards the front, as we're going to see Lings and Hydras trying to jump on this, trying to get on top of the Colossus, but ShoWTimE's paying attention. He pulls it backwards. The rest of these units are going to try and come in once again, as ShoWTimE doesn't leave a lot down here to defend. Namshar just really abusing the position of ShoWTimE's bases at the moment, trying to pull him apart, trying to pull him up and down, and just trying to catch him out of position somewhere to jump in, kill a Colossus or two, and obviously maybe get that momentum and just roll with it from that stage, honestly. A couple of Hydras getting cleaned out. Stalkers blink down south. Another couple of Hydras taking a couple of shots here. Now a lot more Hydras coming in through this side. Photon cannon goes down already. These gateways are being picked away at as well. So that gateway goes down here, and we are going to be seeing, again, a couple more Hydras getting picked off mid-map. Hydras still pushing on through, and we're just going to be seeing probe after probe after probe going down. Cells continuing to drop, and just going to be seeing the Stalkers again. Trying to do a little bit more. Another Zealot kind of... Because I think these Hydras are just having a fantastic time. Kind of Namshar defend across the map, though. Because eventually these Hydras will get cleaned out, even if they take a lot of Stalkers with them. But there's 3 Colossi over here, and there's really only Ling Hydra from ShoWTimE. From Namshar. And that's, I mean, exactly the dream scenario for ShoWTimE. You know, Ling Hydra will melt to these Colossi. I see a Queen moving forward. She's not going to be the answer to this army. Not on her own, at least. Well... And Hydras are in a good concave to minimize the splash of the Colossi. A few forces from ShoWTimE getting a little bit kind of jumpy there. Feeling as though maybe that was the moment the Zerg commits, but it was not. Now look at this. I love it. Namshar, as soon as he starts to flank around the south, ShoWTimE realizes something is up. He's like, oh, where did that group of units go? And he's just like, okay, cool. I'll just pull back over to the left-hand side, go up north from there, and, you know, just play it out from that stage. So that's kind of funky, I guess, as we're going to be seeing these few extra units continue to come on in. Another few probes is being made up for Nexus in general from ShoWTimE. Is just a powerful economy. It's everything he needs for a little while. I mean, I guess the gold base mines out kind of fast, so having a 5th base a bit faster in this scenario would not be a bad thing as we see these Hydras to the south. I feel as though may as well just break through those rocks, right? He's going to drop up again, but it would take him really like 2 seconds to break through the rocks. And I mean, then the Overlords can still evacuate. They'll still be in position for that, but it just means he can run around, and it's probably just as fast, honestly. Especially if one of these Overlords goes down, though. I mean, as soon as they're taking more damage as he commits in initially. These Hydras doing what they do. Meanwhile, Lings and Hydras coming up top, maybe looking for this fight again. But you know, where's the follow-ups, right? I mean, where's the Hive? Where's the Vipers? We're 11 minutes in and he's just now getting his Spire finished up. I mean, that's such a late Spire considering the fact he saw Colossi so long ago. And all of this is really hurting us. We're going to be seeing these Stalkers. One of them gets picked off, and we are going to be seeing more Hydras coming down to the south side. Getting ready to go again. Spire will finish momentarily from Namshar. Psystorm on the way, starting up on the production tab on the Templar Archives, +3/+2. I mean, just upgrades and upgrades. Now a few more Lings and Hydras coming through this south side, pushing away, but it's just difficult. You know, there's no cube threat there. Oh no, Namshar gets caught, moving back up, and he doesn't realize it momentarily. That A move actually serving him more harm than good this time around, as he gets caught fighting when he obviously would have probably just kind of moved away. Meanwhile, Namshar is still not winning this fight down south, and Stalkers will continue to nibble on those Overlords when possible. But you know what? Those Overlords are going to be caught in a rough position in a moment because the rest of the army is starting to chase it too. They're going to maybe get away for now. ShoWTimE is, well, going to be finally having an answer. Namshar is going to have an answer to ShoWTimE's Colossi. But it's really just not, none of these trades have gone well at all for ShoWTimE, I don't feel. There's not been a moment in this game where, oh yeah, Namshar, that was perfect for you, you know? ShoWTimE's just been dominant in this game, as he's kind of dominant in game 1, even if it took him a while to close it out. He really just played it well. He never really had any bad moments, and you know, just efficiency, well played. You know, good micro control of units is fantastic. He really is just playing some masterclass PvZ right here against Namshar. It's a good sign for him, as this is his first series of the group. So if you guys are hoping for him to advance, then obviously it's looking pretty darn good. He'll play against Clem. That'll be our next series we cast here on stream after this one, and of course we'll play Strange as the final series on stream. The Corruptor is going to come over to the natural, and okay, you killed a Nexus on the caustic spray. Great, but that costs you 10 Corruptors being out of position for the fight. There's no way ShoWTimE doesn't punish this, and you can see instantly jumps on this hatchery, and then he's going to go for at least one more hatchery here. And so now you've traded one base for 2, and that's not a good trade for Namshar either. I mean, even if he fights this, the Corruptors are not part of the fight to help against the Colossi. I mean, here you go, the Corruptors are going to start coming in from the left-hand side. Namshar is going to try and maybe just take the overall fight here. The Colossi are doing a lot, but is it enough? Storm's coming down to the top side to the south. Another couple of Hydras cleaned up pretty easily. I mean, Namshar, okay, he just pushed this away, but now a warping of Zealots, a couple more Archons. High Templar have 1 or 2 Storms left on him. I think ShoWTimE has enough here, and Namshar just doesn't have the unit composition he needs. The issue now as well for Namshar is he now has 8 Corruptors in the sky, which are army supply that's not actually doing anything. Okay, they killed the Prism, that's great, but it's still 16 army supply that's not actually going to help him deal with this army at all, and that's his issue. It means that actually he's fighting this with like a 20 army supply deficit, and it's a pretty good set of units from ShoWTimE as well to help him take game number 2. And that's going to be ShoWTimE taking the series.